So what we're looking at today is sort of Sony's entrance into the sub-note netbook market with their Sony Vaio P series. What's interesting is that we've seen netbooks on the market from a bunch of different manufacturers. You have Asus, Acer being the most popular, as well as units from companies such as Gigabyte and Dell already out there. So the fact that Sony has taken so long to actually get a product out to the market is quite surprising. When we're looking at the price points, it sort of depends on the hardware that you get with the unit. It ranges from about $900 USD with a 60 gigabyte hard drive all the way up to over $1,500 if you opt for the 128 gig SSD model. As we open up the unit to check out the accessories, we have the notebook. We also have the warranty and registration cards. You have the power adapter, the battery. We also have this little device, which we'll show you later. The Vaio P has an incredibly compact design. We're using our newly standardized highlighter measurement system here. The unit is 9.75 inches wide, 4.7 inches long, and less than an inch at 0.78 inches thick. And taking a look now at the external ports, you'll see on the front that we have the wireless on-off feature, as well as an SD card slot and Sony's Memory Stick Pro. And then off to the right, we have the power slider, as well as the battery and hard drive indicator lights. Jumping to the right, you'll see a single USB port, as well as a specialized port for Sony's display and LAN adapter. And then over to the left, we have the DC power in, as well as another USB port and the audio out. As we open it up, you can really see how stylish the Sony is. What we have at the top is an 8-inch LCD screen with Sony's X-Bright Eco technology. The screen resolution runs at 1600 by 768, which for a device this small is actually really in-depth. Sony has an 82-key QWERTY keyboard on the unit, which is absolutely great to type on. Because of the wider form factor, there's a lot more space to spread the keys out and to actually make them bigger so they're about the size of a regular notebook. In the center, instead of using the typical touchpad, what we have is a, for lack of a better term, mouse nub, as well as on the bottom we have the left click, the right click, and the center click. And then off to the side we have a couple of special device buttons, which we'll show you later. So because we knew we had the hard drive version, we weren't expecting anything really revolutionary in terms of boot up time for the unit, which is actually good because after about a minute and a half of waiting, we were finally greeted by Windows Vista Home Premium 32-bit. For the rest of the internal specs, we have an Intel Atom 1.33 gigahertz processor, as well as a 60 gigabyte hard drive. Now, there is a couple other options. There's a 64 gig SSD and 128 gig SSD available at various price ranges. As well, there is also 2 gigs of DDR2 memory. This is not expandable above the 2 gigs, unfortunately. The device has a few different wireless networking features. It has the B, G, and N wireless LAN adapter, as well as the typical Bluetooth. And it also has what's described as integrated mobile broadband, which is basically 3G in the laptop. Now, I believe this is primarily used for the GPS features of the Sony Vaio. So in order to test performance of the unit, we'll open up the task manager and sort of take a look at some different tasks running around in Windows. So overall, performance in Windows wasn't too bad. For the regular tasks, such as video playing, word processing, internet browsing, all that sort of thing, it passed with flying colors. But if you want to do anything high-end, you definitely want to be looking at more of a notebook or even a desktop. Now, one of the coolest little features about this laptop is you have what's called instant mode, which sort of, it bypasses the operating system and will give you this sort of GUI interface pre-OS, so you don't have to worry about booting up, and it's incredibly quick. Scroll through here. You can start Windows, power off, you can move over, and you can really do a whole bunch of things. You have network settings, display, language, sound, system settings, just a whole bunch of settings. You can view your pictures, you can view music, you can go and you can even view videos. As well, you have basic internet functions such as you can browse, use Skype, and instant message. And so really that's about it for the Sony Vaio. We have an incredibly small little device. It's lightweight, it's compact, it has a unique design, and it looks really good. The one downside is the sort of hefty $900 price tag. So there we have it, the Sony Vaio P unboxed.